I am Ted Santos, and I am your host of Straight Talk, and we are the talk show made for men by men. Except, ladies, you'll never want to miss our show. And as you see, I am fully geared up, at least supposed to be, hiding from the virus. The Rona, is upon us, and we've been taught to keep ourselves covered up. But I'm just not gonna let that run my life. Sorry. I am Ted Santos. And I understand something's happening in our environment, except I really want to talk to you about something really important. I want to talk to you about a question that I put on Facebook. And for those of you who are not in our Facebook group, it's called Straight Talk, just like our talk show. And connect with me. Join the group. A lot of men and women in there talking about relationships. The group was made for men by men, so we are looking at relationships from a man's perspective, except it's really great to have women in the group. And I asked a really simple question. I made this question so short and sweet, with the intent that no one would misunderstand what I was asking. And I asked the question because I hear women talk about how they are the prize and men should chase and pursue them and do all kinds of things to prove that she's the prize. So I asked a simple question. Why are women the prize? That was about 24 hours ago. No one's answered the question. The most I've gotten are women talking about the basic things that women do. I mean, is a woman really a prize because she can eat food? I mean, that's part of the human experience, to be able to eat food. I mean, any human being who's made it to adulthood can eat food. So what? Like, there's a guy named Abraham Maslow who said there's a hierarchy of needs. And he put it in a pyramid. And at the very base, the very base of human existence and human needs is what he said was food and shelter, right? He called them physiological needs. He talked about clothing and shelter, reproduction. And he said those were the base needs of a human being at the bottom of the pyramid. So if a woman is telling me that what makes her a prize is that she can eat, well, for a woman to eat, to be a woman, an adult female, it means you've been eating for years. And if you want to eat as an adult, you learn to prepare food. I don't care if you drop SpaghettiOs in a pot and cook them, or you drop food in a microwave. You figured out how to prepare food, even if you just called into a restaurant and had it delivered every day. The fact you can eat makes you a prize. I mean, when I saw no answer to the question, what it really made me think was, guys, maybe this message is really for men. But ladies, I'd like you to hear it also. Guys, have you dropped the bar so low that what you need from a woman is like just the bare base minimum? A woman who can eat food? I mean, she's going to depend on you to take her out, especially if you're dating her. It's your money. How's a prize going to be a reward when she's an expense, a liability? If you put it on a balance sheet, your assets and liabilities, if she's costing you money and all she's proven that she can eat food, how the hell is that a prize? So fellas, have you really dropped the bar so low that what you need is reproduction and food? A woman who wears nice clothes? If we continue with Maslow, he says personal security is the next rank up. So physiological is the base, food and shelter. It's the base, that's the bottom of the barrel. Personal security is the next one up. That's employment, safety, safety needs, right? Health, wanting good health, wanting security, physical, mental, physical security. The next level up is love and belonging. That's where you're talking about security, intimacy. You're talking about other things that are a little more important, except many of you guys are accepting women who are giving you the bare bones minimum. She knows how to cook and clean. If she can't cook and clean as an adult, and that's what she's bringing you to the table. I mean, I saw one woman say, well, I cook, I can clean, I talk to him. I'm difficult, but I'm worth it. How the hell are you going to label yourself as difficult? So when you start talking about love and belonging, I've said this many times, one of the major skills that all little girls and women should be trained in is conflict resolution. I made a video earlier talking about how communication is a big problem and how a lot of times people make up all these stories in their head. It's why they can't resolve conflict, because they're not even dealing with what's happening in front of them. They've got all these stories. They're not even listening to the person. So they can't even resolve the conflict because they've made up a story about something that didn't happen and never would happen, yet they're fighting about it. It's like fighting about the boogeyman in your closet. It really is a level of insanity. So if a woman learns how to resolve conflicts, one of the first things that she learns how to do is manage her own, what I call the radio station, all these thoughts that have nothing to do with reality. She learns how to manage that so she can actually think through and talk through. So if a woman's going to be able to provide love and one of her things that makes her a prize is being difficult, well, she has a really poor understanding of what it means to be valuable to someone. Because when I looked up prize, it was a reward, but it was something that's valuable, like highly valuable. High value, extremely high value as a prize. Now, there are some women, if you want to call them a prize, a trophy is a prize. It really is. And there are some women who are called trophy wives. But you know what those women do? They take their asses to the gym or yoga or wherever they have to go, and they keep that body looking good. They hit 40, 45, doesn't matter if they've had children. They're not using, they know they can't use the excuse of they had children. Their stomach is flat and those breasts are perky and they look great with clothes or without them. They're not using waist trainers to walk around and look like they're beautiful, but they understand they need to be feminine, they need to be sexy, they need to have their body tight and right. And she's a trophy wife. And she knows that. She's an object. Which is another thing that baffles me, that women don't want to be objectified, except then you turn around and say you're a prize, which makes you an object. A prize is an object. But as a prize, what value do you bring aside from eating food, wearing clothes, being difficult? That is not a prize. But if we move up and we look at Maslow's needs, esteem is up. So bare bones, bottom barrel woman can eat and prepare food. That's bottom of the barrel. Too many mothers have made sure their sons can do that, can cook, clean, do laundry. Guys can do that. So if you're a prize, What value do you add to a man's life aside from bare bottom of the barrel can eat food and prepare it? Safety needs is up above that. Personal security. Above that is love and belonging, connection, intimacy. Above that is esteem. That's status, reputation, freedom, acceptance. That's much more than just eating food. And at the top of Maslow's pyramid, the very top is self-actualization. And that's a desire to become all that you can be. So when we talk about women who have the capacity to help a man become more than he could ever be on his own, that's a very different woman. And most women don't strive to be that. In fact, most of you haven't even prepared yourself to be that kind of woman. And the problem is, fellas, you accept that. You accept that, well, she's got a gut. You accept that she's done all these implants and augmented her body. You accept that she cannot even present herself as who she is. You don't even know who she is. There are guys who have married women and never saw her without makeup until months after the wedding. And when he did, he demanded a divorce and got it. In China, there are guys who have married women only to find out later that she had plastic surgery. And when he saw the pictures of her as a child and a teenager, she was very unattractive to him. He demanded a divorce and got it. Those men did not want to have ugly children. So just because you can put on makeup and do plastic surgery and pretend to be something you're not, well, how does that make you a prize? You can eat. So fellas, women are getting away with this because you allow it. You allow bottom of the barrel value. It's not even value. She can eat. She's eating up your money. She's demanding your assets. Your money is her money. And she can eat and prepare food and pick up things around the house and sweep a floor. Well, when you look at, there's some other women in the past that used to say, behind every great man was a great woman. And Henry Ford was like a quiet, shy, he was a smart guy, but nothing exceptional. But it was Mrs. Ford who saw something in him. He was an ambitious man. She met him, he worked in a machine shop. But he had some drive and ambition, and she knew how to work as a partner and pull out the most. How many women know how to do that? I mean, if you're being difficult and you think you're worth it because you're difficult, how the hell are you pulling out the most, the best of a man by being difficult and being a liability? You guys accept it, so now women think that's acceptable. I worked for a consulting firm, and the president of that company, his wife was extremely and highly valuable to him. She was a stay-at-home mom. They had one child. She was a soccer mom. And at soccer practice, well, she was basically interviewing other women to see which other women were married to successful men. And she made friends with the right women, introduced her husband, she could cook great meals. She was a great hostess. She was basically a salesperson for the president of the consulting firm. Got him clients, his biggest clients, because of his wife. She did more than eat and cook food. But when she cooked food, she knew how to do more than use a microwave. But you guys don't make those demands on women. You accept the bare bones minimum. She has a nice butt, nice rack, and you're happy. She wipes you out in child support court, divorce court. You guys are going to have to step things up. Otherwise, the bar will keep getting lower and lower, and women will keep demanding they're the prize. But I tell you what, next time a woman tells you she's the prize, ask her why. What makes her a prize? What makes any woman a prize? I'm still waiting for an answer. It's not subjective. I want to know what makes you a prize, lady, woman, female, whatever you are. And fellas, put your demands on them. If they don't perform, how the hell are they a prize? So I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. Share this video. Enlighten other men to know that they have a right to ask a woman what makes her a prize. And if she can't answer, then she needs to check herself. For the record, ladies, now that the hair salons are closed, you'll find out you can survive without that. Maybe you'll invest some money in yourself and your own personal development so you can be an asset to a man or whoever you want to be with. So like the video, share it, dislike it, like to hear why you don't like it. And join me on my show on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, every Sunday. And join my group on Facebook, Straight Talk. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.